What I'm about to show you may be a true crack in the matrix, a rare glimpse into the predictive programming machine behind the long-term crypto plan that's finally coming to fruition today. We'll start with the clip that ended the last video. That September 8, 2009 clip where CNBC announces the UN's new world currency system for the first time, while Joe Kernan and the entire crew essentially mock it, telling everyone not to worry about the UN. Or in other words, not to pay attention to that man behind the curtain.
The UN Conference on Trade and Development argues the current system of currencies and capital rules is not working properly. So the group suggests an artificial currency be created to replace the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. The report essentially calls for a new Bretton Woods-style system of managed international exchange rates. Can you believe we're actually talking about this kind of stuff?
I can believe we're talking about it, because remember when we were talking about the Amero for a while?
Yeah,
and a lot of other things
yeah.
that didn't seem like they were really going to happen?
It's the UN.
The UN?
It's the UN, don't worry.
That clip is so significant to me because it shows me what looks like a cover-up strategy in retrospect. I can't prove it or anything, but that's what it feels like. This unusual effort by CNBC to announce the plan for a new global currency while simultaneously downplaying it will stick with me forever, and it's why I included a moment from it in my banner collage. But anyway, believe it or not, there's even more that happened that fateful day, September 8th, 2009, especially as it relates to this long-term plan. Did you see what was scrolling at the bottom of the screen while CNBC mocked the UN calling for a new world reserve currency? AOL hires ex-Yahoo exec who wrote Peanut Butter Manifesto. You guys, do you know who wrote the Peanut Butter Manifesto? Brad Garlinghouse. And quick shout out to Carol for noticing this in the last video. Brad Garlinghouse, without being directly named, subliminally scrolls by the screen in the exact moment Joe Kernan says not to worry about the UN calling for a new currency system. How insane is that? Fast forward into the future, and Brad goes on to lead Ripple, the premier company that would bring this global currency system they announce in this clip to fruition. Brad Garlinghouse is named president of Internet and Mobile Communications at AOL the exact same day the UN calls for replacing the dollar with an artificial global currency. I mean, are you kidding me? And it's weird enough these two things happened on the same day, but to package them in the exact same news clip like this just feels like something deeper's going on. It wasn't the only time it happened that day either. Here's a clip from earlier that day, and somehow it's even crazier. Remember, this is totally unedited.
And AOL has hired former Yahoo executive Brad Garlinghouse to run the company's email group and beef up its presence in Silicon Valley. Garlinghouse might be best known for calling attention to major problems at Yahoo in a 2006 internal memo. That paper was referred to as the Peanut Butter Manifesto because it claimed the company had spread itself too thin. Since then, Yahoo has changed CEOs twice. Since leaving Yahoo last year, Garlinghouse has been an advisor at private equity firm Silver Lake Partners. And coming up, is it time to ditch the dollar? The United Nations calls for a new global currency. So could this herald the biggest overhaul of the world's monetary system since World War II?
I mean, what's up with that, you guys? I honestly don't even know what to say. Tonight on CNBC, introducing Brad Garlinghouse. And by the way, could the UN's plan to replace the dollar as the world currency result in the biggest overhaul of the world's monetary system since World War II? And that was 16 years ago. Do you realize the odds? How many news stories and announcements happen every day? The fact that these two stories came in the exact same moment to be presented together is one of the most incredible things the media matrix has ever shown me.